doubts in said or even in the previous weeks, it's totally fine. We can look into it.
Will you please elaborate on the make command? Because when I created the make.file, actually it gave some error message.
Okay. Okay, I will use the same script as used. Okay, is make is in on the week 6?
Yes, sir, week 6.
Okay. Okay, the automatic script. Just a minute, I'll taking the code. I have to give it. The shell command is used to execute a shell command, I mean any bash command or anything. So that's why
Yes,
the
sir.
data is used.
Shell.
I'm simply going with the simply date. Okay. So tarball is simply a variable which I'm storing the simply a backup or anything. Then I am referring the variable using the dollar symbol with the parenthesis, and finally just for namesake I'm giving the tar extension. Okay, so I'm backing up the file f1 and 2, and I'm printing out You have to, it's just like a echo statement. So now I am running the tar command. So I am using a CVF. You have to specify the file name. C for creating a new archive. V is just for verbose. It will display only the files which are compressed. I mean, compiled. Yeah. I'm referring to the tarball variables the same because it have the file name. Then the file I need to process. That's it. This tool is the file. So fine, after doing all the process, the file was located in my current directory. So now I am moving that to the backup directory which I have defined here. Okay, I think. Okay, currently my directory is the file which I am in is uh, within my home temp 226 11. I have the make file. Give the file.
Same error it was showing to me also.
Sorry.
The same error it was showing to me also.
Okay. Okay, got it. Actually, the thing is, when we use the VA, right? When we give the tab, it will not give the tab character. Instead, it will give certain number of spaces. So that make file requires tab character. So currently, I don't have the F1 file here, so that's why it's showing this error. Yeah, if I touch that. Okay. Okay. Actually, it's giving this. Okay. This time. the date contains some spaces, so that it is causing some problem. We can give some random. Okay, the backup tar is here. Okay, it is a shell. So almost. Okay. It is not taking the random correct variable which enters every time a random number, but it is working. Is it clear to your doubt, Russ? Yeah. Okay. To insert a tab character, what I did is I opened a nano editor and give a tab. Instead of, if you want to, sorry, please go on. Russ, I didn't get you, the last part.
tab. I actually gave two tabs, so it wasn't working still. Actually, previously there was spaces. So
Okay.
when I gave the tab, it still wasn't working.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and it took 8 spaces.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, in my configuration, I made it into a spaces because tab will cause some issues something. So if you want, by default, it will not. It will be a simply tabs only. So your configuration, yeah, this expand tab, right? This expand tab, set expand tab. This will convert your tab character into spaces. Your tab stop and all those things links will be different here. Yeah. Insert a appropriate number of spaces. Okay. Any other doubts?
Not more.
Okay. Others? Everyone is clear with the set, right? Set and its scripts. Okay. Okay. Yeah, some of you haven't watched lectures. Okay. Okay. Any other doubts from the previous weeks or anything? One suggestion: always look for the question when you come with a set or op, whether you have to write a set script or simply a bash script. Okay. So be careful. Okay. So it is in the question itself. It is mentioned as a write a set script. That means you have to write a set script. You don't have to write a regular bash script. Okay.
This said is in the programming.
Oh yes, I mean not in the OPE one, not in OPPE one, but you'll be having a certain arc in the OPPE two, not the first one. In the second one, you'll be having that. For OPPE one, only week 1 to 5 is a syllabus, only the best scripts. Yeah. Please try on the problem for like in week 2 1 to 5 refresher unit. Okay, that will be useful for you for bash script preparation and those things. Also try on the more practice problem. Okay, the data is provided for you as well. Okay, actually I'm not sure, but I think PPA also counted. I think this part I am not sure for the bonus part. So please practice all the all the programming assignment once at least. So that it will be easy for you in the OPP. So yeah.
All questions be bash scripts or it will be some commands also. Like week 1 to 4 has commands and week 5 we introduce.
Yeah. I mean both will be there. I mean in the commands in the sense it will be simply like a one line problem. Okay. So 1 or 2 line at max. But bash script when we say it will be like when you're using loops, yeah, mainly loops. Even the conditional statement, instead of writing a if else, you can use the and and or operators. That will be very easier to write. I think that I think I'll show that as well. So this script everyone understood, right? If a is mathematically equal to 0, then it is giving the a is 0, or else it is giving a is not 0. That's all. It is printing out. The same thing you can do it with a command prompt. I mean, in a single line. If the condition is true, I mean, it exits with the status 0, then I'm executing this command. And if the AND condition fails, I mean, that condition will, then it comes to the OR. So both give the same value, same. Sometimes it's very easier to write in a single line than a multiple statement. Sometimes it is easier to understand as well.
Is there a way to write a positive, negative, and string when with the input is given. It was question in graded assignment
Yeah,
for
yeah.
our. Is there a way to mathematically say that if it is less than or greater than? Because actually I used a regex to solve the problem.
Yeah, you have to use the regular expression to solve that question. Yeah, the reason is in bash, right? You cannot use the floating point arithmetic. Say if you use this one, right, it will show you a invalid arithmetic operator. But if
So we can use the basic calculator.
yes, you can always use bench calculator. But if you are using the simple integers, right, no issues with that. So how to deal with it is I always use the L tag. Okay, the hyphen L indicates that you are using floating point arithmetic. Okay. So in BC, if it's written 1, it means true. That you have to take care of it.
Sir, how can I put this into a condition? Like if
How?
I put equal
Yeah, you
when I
can.
run this.
For a true condition, it is so it is exited with the status non-zero. So it is false. Then it is so it will return a 0 exit status. Also, you have to know how to use the. What is the usage of a double quote alongside the command evaluation. Okay, so I'll show you. Yes, sorry. The thing is, if you use the double quote, it will retain as a single value. Else, it will, single string. If you haven't used it, it will pass it as a two values. In the sense, if I in the last statement, CP, if I give only one value, it will give an error. Two, it's fine. So same happened the last. If I use a single quote, it will return only one value only. Uh, have you got what I said?
It will it takes one from one space to as a one string, So it is saying the destination file.
Yes. So in that case, always use the double quotes, bound the execution by double quotes. If you want to disperse the whatever the output you are getting, right, with respect to space, you can remove it. And learn about the basic and unary operators like hyphen a, hyphen f, hyphen d. It will be very important. I mean, hyphen a will check whether it is a, if the is a file is there or not. I mean, it doesn't matter is it a file or directory. It will checks whether there is a. I mean, in Linux everything is a file, even a directory is a file, but it will check whether file directory link is something is there or not. F will check for the file, D will check for the directory. Okay. Anything else?
Sir,
Yes.
you're prefixing you're putting $A means it indicates the value which A has, no, sir. In this left screen you put A equal to 1,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is a
yeah.
variable. So if you put a dollar symbol before the variable, then it indicates the value of the
Yes, yes,
variable.
value of A only.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the similar case, in the you just put a dollar echo 1 2. So in that
Okay, okay.
case, what it means,
Okay.
sir? Actually, dollar echo 1.
Okay, and I mean, forget it. I will explain here itself. Okay, instead of A, I will give yes, C space C. Okay, I'm now it's a totally string. I'm using a string equality. Okay, B. If it's not even insistent. If I'm referencing, it's totally fine. If I get it through. Okay, here it's your example. What do you expect from this lines? Can any one of you? I wrote a for statement. Okay, I wrote a for loop. what will be the output?
Sir, that
Of the
same
string.
B space C. Only
What
one
do you
output
got?
B space C.
But what you got?
Okay. It's printed in two different lines.
Yes.
But you
exactly.
just mentioned like if both are mentioned within two double quotes, it's taking
No,
one.
no, no. What I mentioned is this one.
Sir.
Let's say I'll change it now.
So what does $A mean here, sir? It implies the value of A,
No,
which
no.
is
Dollar A
BC.
is simply a value. Okay, it will simply gives back you the whatever the value stored in A. Okay,
That variable
but
A. Okay.
yeah.
So that means in this case it's BC. $A means it's BC. B
Yes,
space C.
BC. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you didn't put a double quotes over it, right? Then it means it will take. Okay. First of all, bash doesn't have any data type. Okay. How it differentiate the each element in even in the array, right? It is by the space. So that's how it works. So that's what I said. I'm writing the same again. Okay. What I want you to explain is the same. If you execute anything, it will return in any other form. Okay. Even it may seem like a single value, but it will decouple it. So in order to prevent that, so you have to bound it by single quote, the double quote. Exactly. That is what I want to say. Apart from that, always $A, any variable prefixed with the dollar, which is referred to its value.
Okay, sir. To print in the same line, we have to put double quotes.
Yes.
Otherwise, it'll decouple and put in two different lines
Yes,
without
exactly.
double quotes.
Yes, I mean when you're dealing with a loop, right? If you didn't do it, but you will run into a debug issues. That's right.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah. The same. Okay. Suppose you want to print it in a line by line fashion. Okay. Some have you forgot to put a double quote in it, then it will print like this. That's all. That's all I want to say. But anyway, then it will be directly like that. So you have to. It's a single string, no just. So yeah, it will be a single string. If you want it in a multiple thing, then it should be an array.
Sir, we can't put $A of I. That I, instead of that at the rate, if you put I.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I mean for in the for statement itself, instead of A at the rate, you can put A of I. No, sir.
Are you saying like this?
Yes, I am saying like that. A of 0 for okay. For
Yeah, I mean it will
that's
give
not
only
possible.
the yeah. So instead of what we can do is, I know 0, 3. We can do that, or else what I can do is I can use a sequence. Then I get the length by the star. Okay. I forgot the semicolon. By default, seq will start with 1, so we have to go 0.
Excellent, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, even I ran into some debugging issue now, still now. So for a beginner like you, it's little hard to get the syntax. So practice as much as possible. These are the things we'll run into even still now. Okay. So all you have to know is how to get the syntax correctly. That's the most of the part. When you are doing like that, right? If you forgot how to use a command, you have a package called TLDR. Okay, stands for too long to read. Okay, so you just install this TLDR ls. I mean, whatever the command you want, just give it. It will give most useful combinations with the options. Okay, -1 LSA to list all the files, including the hidden files. It will work for most of the popular commands. TLDR, like even I forgot how to use the tar options. Okay, so if I use TLDR, so it will give what are the combinations I can. Most used are extracting and compressing. CF and the XPF, the most used one. Yeah, you can. It is a very helpful command, just like a man or help. Actually, there's a lots of noise coming from you, Pratavi. Can you clear it up? Yeah, you raised your hand. Yeah, tell me what's the question.
Hello, am I
Yes,
audible, sir?
Pratavi. Yes, you are audible now.
Sir, you explained this TLDR command. Here, most frequently used as in general, or whatever I have used most frequently.
It is what I have used. Okay, not in general. For standard reference, you always you have to mention the. I mean, refer the man pages.
Okay.
Man pages, or most of the command have the hyphen help. This is also very much useful. Use a less with it, so you can easily search with it. Even here also it's given the example is CF and TVF. TVF will only list the files, not it will extract it, just list what are the files are there. Yeah, Pratal, you raised your hand.
Sir, I had a couple of questions, but not relating to this topic. Should I wait or will you take them later?
Yeah. If no other questions, we can take care. We can go on with it.
Okay. Thanks. So my questions are regarding a couple of GRPs of previous week, that is week 5.
Okay.
Can you like in this sample solution, I'm like in GRPA 2B and in GRPA 3. These two, both of them I am having some trouble with. Can you explain GRPA 3 and the 2B, both of them?
Okay, I'll take the solution code and then explain.
Actually, in GRPA 3, what my approach was, I just arbitrarily selected a large number as min, and an arbitrarily small number as max, and just like I iterated through all of them and checked whether or not it is greater or lesser. So that way I did it. So
Okay.
in the first try, I think I missed one of the test cases and private test cases. So I just increased the size of the minimum or maximum variable, and it matched the other one. But in solution code, it is done in some other way. So can you please explain that?
Yeah, sure. Okay. It is the regular expression to match whether it is a number or not.
This is number 2B, sir. Okay.
Yeah, 2B. Yes.
I was talking about number 3, but fine. In 2B also I had some issues. Yeah.
Okay. So I have you know about how to use the regular expression evaluator, right? I mean that equal and a tilde sign. After that, the left side is the string, right side is the regular expression pattern. Okay. So you have to give it in this way. Better always use store your pattern in some variable and refer it here. Okay. Also better using the quotes is the best. Double quotes will be best also. So here I haven't used because I know surely there won't be any space between them. That is why I haven't used, but better to use a bounded by a double quotes. Okay. So first thing, how I am defining whether it's a number or not, right? Either it can be a minus in before there, either there or not. So it may occur 0 or 1. So even if it's a double minus, right, then it is not a number. So it will directly go to the string part because the first validation is for whether it is a number or not. The second validation is for whether it is a positive number or second negative number. So minus, then there is a digit part. Some people even won't write a digit, simply write like a 0.1. So even in that case, I wrote it like that digit can be either 0 or more. Then comes a dot. That dot is optional. I mean, if it's an integer, that dot will not, there won't be a dot. Okay. So that is either 0 or 1. Even if it's a 1.2, it's an invalid number. So I'm directly putting into a string.
Sorry, can you please repeat that? Even if it is?
Even if it's like a 1.1, right?
Oh,
then it is not a valid number.
Yeah, understood, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Then thereafter, continuous numbers. Even some people put 1 dot. Even it's a mathematically valid number only for us. So after that, there can be a digits. It should be only digits or not, and that is the end. Okay, it is for the yeah.
Sir,
please.
I am saying that anyone can start the number with plus sign also.
Yes, but based on the test cases, it is not there. So it is not a, yeah. What you said is correct. Yeah. Yeah,
In
even
this
I
question
can answer it like a
mark is for one digit or zero characters, right?
sorry.
This question mark is for
Yeah,
one character.
either 0 or 1. So then I figure it out whether it is a number or not. Within the number, whether it is a negative or non-negative, I mean positive. That's how I am defining is as a if it's there preceded by, if it's starting with a minus, then I am putting into a negative number. It means it has to print n number. If this condition fails, it will that whatever next to the and will not execute. It will directly go to the or. So here it will be a positive.
So in line 7, isn't it required to put another if? It's a nested if. So the second if isn't it required?
Yes, yeah. I replaced the if with the conditional statements. That's what I told. Initially, I explained it, right? You don't need to write a if statement. Whatever, if you write a if, it totally fine. It totally works. It is a short way of writing.
Okay. So
In a single line, yeah, you can avoid 3 lines. Yeah, you can avoid 5 lines in that case sometimes.
So the problem I was facing was I did not do it using regex. So I did if it is greater than 0, then positive, less than 0, then negative, else string.
Okay.
So I
First
was
of all, yeah. I get your point. Here in the question itself, it is mentioned as a string, right? So it can be a string as well. So whenever if you have any thought, it could be a string. Don't use the arithmetic evaluation.
okay.
Okay.
Sir, for 10 greater than 0 evaluates to true. So
Yeah.
Wait, for a string greater than 0 evaluates to true.
yeah, it will print a string also. If it is, I actually wrote the query like I used a greater than 0 equal to 0 like that. And when I input ABCD, then it would print pnum like that. Greater than 0 will
Yeah.
say it.
So actually I remember in one of the earlier solve with us sessions, I remember Ankur sir said the same thing, like for checking greater than or less than, it is better to use regex instead of using numerical comparisons.
Yes.
So is that for the same reason?
Yes. I mean, whenever you're dealing with a string, okay, let's say your data is totally based on your, I mean, like numerical values. Okay. At the time, yeah, simply arithmetic evaluation is totally fine. I mean, when you're sure of it.
Okay.
If you are dealing with a string, better to use a regular expression.
So arithmetic evaluation will also work for decimal points, right? If it has say a 1.2.
In bash it will not. In bash it will not work. I mean, by default you have to use the bench calculator.
Oh, okay.
That's what I explained initially, right?
Sir,
Sorry, sir. I wasn't there in the starting of the session.
Yeah, just look. You have to use the bench calculator.
sir,
I also, yeah. Please
so
go
in
on.
this in the solution that you have written, if I write -0, it will take as a negative number. It will not take as a positive number, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
That may create a problem. I think it is better if we check it is a number first using that regex, and after that we can use the basic calculator. It would be better, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if you are using arithmetic evaluation, you can surely. Now the thing is, how can you do that, right? If there is a error, right, you can check whether it is a number or not by using a. Even I can write it here.
Yes.
Okay, it will throw an error, but it will give you a string because it will exit with a status non-zero. if I give a proper number, it will show a number. But if I give the decimal value, it will exit with it. Exit with a non-zero because bash cannot handle the floating point arithmetic. So in that case, what you have to do is, first of all, you try the bench calculator. So it will result in error. If I use the bench calculator, it will give me the number. But if I give the an invalid number, it will give me a string because it will exit with the error code, which is a non-zero. So it give an error. So that's how I defined using a number or string. After that, you have to find it on your own. I mean, once it's number, it's really easy to whether it is find as a positive or negative.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sir, the approach we are taking here is we are first filtering for numbers, and if something is left behind, that is a string.
Yes.
Is it possible to do it the other way? Maybe first filter for strings and then look at the numbers.
Okay. The thing is, within our context, right? Number itself a string.
Yeah.
Okay. String. Whatever the things which is inside the string, right? The string is a superset of number because everything is a string in Bash.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Can you catch these errors like in Python we do catch and
in Python we do try and catch, right? Yeah, but here we simply manage with the exit code.
Another question is, can we use character classes for this instead of the regex that you used here? If you use, for example, if you use lowercase and uppercase and then filter by those.
But what if the case is 1.2?
Oh, okay.
The thing is, it's a very established idea that whenever you are dealing with a string, okay, it is a string, it is better to use a regular expression.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But then that is the very established thing. Always you can try on your own. I mean, there is no discouragement to anything or like that. Please try on your own and compare what is going correct, and you can take some input from it. Try on multiple test cases. Where your code is failed.
Sir, so when I was actually doing this, I could get 6 out of 9 cases correct without using regular expressions. Now, now that solutions have been released, is it possible for me to somehow know which cases were the ones that were failing? Because it doesn't show anything like that.
No, you have access to all the test cases, right?
Yes,
all
sir,
the private and public one. You have the expected result and actual output is also there.
Yeah.
You can always verify with them. You can
see
see
actual output. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Right, sir, got it. Yes, I got it. Thank you. And number 3, can you also explain?
Okay.
Sir, if you look at the chat box once, that is like how I did number 3. I just took randomly large and small values for max and min, and then just use a loop. So here, how it has been done using $1, that one I'm not sure. So.
Okay. The thing is here the $1 refers to the first argument. Okay, here in the question itself it says write a bash script that takes any number of inputs.
Okay.
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 So it takes as a arguments. Okay, just like my command and like that. And the first one is the command. Okay, whatever the command I have, the script I wrote. Then all the other things are arguments.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so in the same way. So here what I did is I take the first argument as a minimum and the maximum, both. Okay. Then I'm iterating through all the arguments.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I'll just first of all let go it. Okay. So I'm iterating through all the arguments. I'm just printing out, right? So in every stage it will be either one or the other. Okay. Then I am checking whether the argument is my maximum, whether it is greater than my max. Then I'm simply assigning that argument to it. If it's less than my min, the minimum variable I have, then I simply assign it. The same we did in CT, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the same thing. That's
yeah. Actually, so yeah, everything was same for me, but I used an arbitrarily large value for max and min instead of $1.
I agree. I mean, in CT we taught you that whenever it is a maximum, right, we have to take the smallest one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I agree you follow the principle. The thing is, it can be either. So in this case, it works. I mean,
Yes, I got it. Got it. Thanks.
yeah.
Sir, in this house, how are the numbers 1, 2, 3, minus 1, 3, 2 are typed in, are being presented in individual lines? Sir? Because I see that in the 4 statement you've written 4i in within double quotes, so it should be printing all those numbers in the same line only as one string, kind of like one. But it's been printed in 4 or 6 different lines.
Okay, because it is in an argument, it will do that.
No, in the previous example, when you put it within double quotes, it was printed in the same line. But here, it's in spite of being put in double quotes, it's printing in the 6 different lines. So it's because some argument. You're saying like.
Okay. Okay, I'll show the difference. The reason I put on a double quotes is, let's say I'm giving it's a single value, okay, 3 space 2. It is not a 2 value. So if I put on a double quote, it will keep that one. Keep as argument. It's just like an array. Or have you got it?
With respect to this example, I understood. No, I was understanding from your previous example where you put sequential SEQ, that example. I thought like within double quotes, if you put it will take as one string. It will type in the same line, I thought.
Yeah, because there we are dealing with simply a string. Okay, so in that case that will work.
In this case, being number, it can.
Yes. I mean, this $ampersand, right? It is a very special variable, which gives the arguments that are passed into the script.
Yeah, because of that ampersand, it's being treated differently. Although the syntax double quotes is the same as the previous problem, but since ampersand is used, it's an argument, so it's
I mean,
giving a different.
The thing is, here it is an array. Okay. Let's say I'll explain with the same. Okay. So
yes, I understood, sir. Yeah.
The thing is, there we dealt with the string. Here we are dealing with an array.
Okay, I understood.
Okay. So that's same. we have to use the here. If I haven't used the, it will give us a different value. That's why I used the quotes. Okay, what is the difference between $* and $@ symbol, right? Okay, if you are using $*, then it will give you as a simply a string. Here it came as array.
Sir, the lecture slides say that they are same thing. I checked it after I asked the question. So it says $* and $@ it shows all the arguments at once.
Yes, yes, it says it gives all the argument as once, but dollar that at symbol, right? That will give you as an array, but it will give you as a string. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I got it, got it.
Okay. That's the only difference.
Yes, I got it. Thanks.
You cannot get the independent, I mean, individual element from the $. Right? Also, you cannot use the, I mean, you cannot directly pick the elements. If I use the double quote tray, it will be taken as a single string, I mean, single line kind of like that. That's the only difference. I mean, $@ symbol will be the most useful thing. Okay. I think the GRPA 3 is cleared, right?
So now it's clear. Thanks.
Okay.
It's just that the $1 was confusing me in the solution code.
Okay. Yeah, the reason is either way we are going through all the elements in the elements. I mean all the argument. So it doesn't matter. It's whatever the element we are taking. If I took the $2, right, it will give the same results. The thing is, what in CT, right, we'll take from one extreme another. Let's say if I want to find a minimum, I'll take from a leftmost extremum. Okay, so then I will continuously pass through it, check with everything, and get to the whatever the extremum I want. But here I take it from a, I mean, some sample point, then I moved it across. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Sir, here $2 refers to the number 13, no, sir, which is in the second position.
No. Here,
Index
3123.
Okay. Here the index starts from 1, 2, 3.
Yes. I mean, the 0 is the, I mean, the script itself.
So we
$0.
can't give a max value as $0. We can give only from $1.
Yeah. Because the $0 is the script itself, whatever it is running.
So in this case, it's comparing, starting with taking the number, first number as 3123. That's what you're saying. Since in this case we have given $2, it's taking it the number 3123 and starts to compare.
Yeah, the first one is 112312. The second one is 3123 with the the
so
index.
If we change to $3 means it will start by picking the number 13 and start comparing. That's what.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing is, either way, we are going through all the.
Yes.
I mean, all the values.
Comparison.
So it doesn't.
Finally to arrive.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any other agenda, if questions are few and far, like you can start discussing something from the PPA, GP, and also like this in this sort of presentation. In this sort of presentation, which are very minimal code, like whichever have minimal code, you can touch upon if there is no objection.
Okay, I have no. If you want to discuss a
if others
specific
have a
GRP
major point doubts to ask, they can go ahead and ask. If nothing is there, we are keeping silent and we can just do like these kind of small presentations, like small code presentation. That will be.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
just wanted to point out one thing here. If you're using $2, $3, then we have to be sure that we have that many arguments that are being input.
Yes. That we have to be sure.
So in a like GRPA scenario, it is best to just start with $1 because we don't know what private test case will be there.
Yeah.
Calculation part comes under BRE, but I am unable to understand how to use it or what is the use case of it.
Sorry, use case of what? Which command?
Calculation, sir. Sir, it is not a command. In BRE slides, there was operator. So the first was never mentioned in the lecture.
Prask, can you maybe put your question in the chat box? It's difficult to hear you. Some audio lag.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So he asked his question in the chat box.
Okay. Okay, the regular expression before button option. Okay, calculation in the sense, I mean, for the specific set of character, right? That is what it is. I mean, like if you give the, I mean, within a bracket, within a column, if you give the space, then that will detect either a space or a tab character or like that. That is called calculation. And the slides which are given is also for the precedence as well. If you want to dive into a very advanced regular expression, right, you can use the, I mean, with the grep with the uppercase P, it means a Perl regular expression. Here you can use even more things. Instead of for a character, right, can normally what we say A to B or like the A to Z, 0 to 9, all the characters you have. But if you are using Perl regular expression, you can simply give us a W. lowercase w means it's a word. I mean, word in the sense it's a single character. Okay. It doesn't include the space at all. If it's a
So
character,
what does the W refer to?
simply w refers to a, I mean, character. It is not a punctuation or anything. Okay. It will not refer to any punctuation, but it will match it only with a digit or character or letter.
Oh, okay.
It matches the digit. I mean, but it is a little advanced topic. But if you cannot use it with some of the sed or anything like that. You have to use the standard bash way. But if you're dealing with any other language like Python or JavaScript, you can always use that. It minimizes the effort of writing multiple times. If you are using VS Code or like that, definitely you can use it. Okay. Any other specific assignment you want to look into?
No, sir, none from my end. If others may have, they can ask.
Sir, have the PPA GPA questions been discussed like in this way, sir? Like these two questions which you have discussed right on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Have you have there been videos where I just want to know find out are there videos wherein you have presented these kind of questions which were part
No,
of
no.
GPA PP, so that if you could touch upon those things and explain like although our understanding of the code is maybe see looking at it we can understand the overall algorithm and other things that, but each and every one now we do find it difficult to see. I could find from the other participants like they could not understand even the dollar whatever some slight variation.
Yeah.
So our understanding should match with your understanding
No, yeah, actually the thing is we should not tell you everything in advance because we want you to practice and
Okay.
get some errors and resolve it and ask others. I mean, ask in this course and even ask in live session or like that. We want you to practice. That's why we are not releasing like context. I mean, if you see in the very qualified stage, right, you have a video for solution video for even a graded assignment or like that. No, it's not there. The reason is we want you to practice and you have to experience.
And also there's so much overload, like more courses have been added, like diploma level, the courses got ahead like to diploma level. So there's so much work overload. So we can't, people can't expect the videos on each and everything. I understand.
Yeah, I agree. But the video is.
But with respect to the coming OPPA, since there is a minimum score criterion, like to ensure that we pass that exam, see all these best understandings will be helpful for us, which is why I asked. But I certainly understand, like it's not possible to demonstrate everything on the screen.
Yeah. Also, always the video is the slowest way of learning anything. I mean, in the sense, like a coding or like that. If you are a beginner, right? I mean, you don't know anything about it. It's totally fine. But if you know half of the things already, then you have to wait and expect till the particular point you are getting something new. But if it's a written content, right, then it's easier to grasp into what is going on. That's easy.
Yes, sir. Okay, sure. Thank you.
And we always try to give some comments here and there or like that. The best thing is if you are dealing with any objective questions, right? Now the feedbacks are there. And even
no,
if you
not
give
about the objective question. I can understand all those. That is, we have to see the discourse forum. That's more to. I can't. I can't ask that to be demonstrated. But with in the run up to this OPP, this OPE exam is coming next week. So for that, for some session on presenting some code in this way, will be helpful, I was asking. But I do understand there is time constraint, and everything can't be presented like spoon fed on the screens. We have to put in effort and try from more. I understand.
In OPE, right, you'll be having a cheat sheet kind of thing. So you don't need to remember, I mean, much of the syntax, I mean, the basic syntax or anything. Even all the options used, right? I mean, whatever the options relevant to the assignment or whatever the questions problem which we asked, right? All the options will be either present in the question itself or in the cheat sheet itself. So we'll be releasing the cheat sheet along with the way before the exam and OPE exam starts, at least a week before. So you can always look into that. So you don't need to memorize any.
No. Being a programming exam, I thought like if you miss one semicolon or if you miss something, it gives a new different meaning and the overall output will change. So for that, with that point, with that concern, I was asking. I understand perfectly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All I would say is more practice.
More practice.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sir, cheat sheet as in during the exam we'll get or before the exam?
Yeah, you will get before the exam. It will be available on the exam as well. You'll be having a separate lesson kind of like that. But what I would suggest is don't depend on it because it will consume your time. I mean, go through it. What are the things? What things are there? Where is it? So just see it. I mean, use it as a backup. Okay. So if you depend on cheat sheet and if you are scrolling up and down, right, it will consume your time also.
Yeah. That will just contain the like basic commands and what they like their outputs, right?
No, not like an example like that. Yeah, some examples may be there. More like a reference sheet, like a bash manual or like.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
thanks.
But I mean, immediately you want to get out. You have to find out there is an option. I know I forgot it or like that, right? That means we use the help command or man command, right? So for that purpose only that solves. Also, it have almost all the syntax for loop and if statement, all those things.
From within the ID, is it possible to get man pages? If I say echo man something?
Within VI, you are asking, right?
No, the course portal ID.
You can print it out. You can simply man bash or if simply man ls, right? Then that will print the output.
Yeah, it's there. It comes here. Okay. Got it, sir. Thanks.
Also, if you are using VI, right? You can also get the man documentation easily. You have to press Shift K. For echo, it will immediately give the man pager.
Shift and click.
Shift and K. I mean,
Shift K. Okay.
Yeah, just try it on. If anyone have a VI, just try it on the. I don't see it doesn't need any extension at all. Yeah, it doesn't need any extension. It will immediately give you the man page for it in the same window. It will not work for the bash build-ins, shell build-ins or like that. But it will work with all other commands. If someone have completed and all the practice and graded assignments, right? Please go through the week 1 to 5 refresher week, okay? So in there, the more practice problem, try on it. I mean, that will, when you try and solve all the problems, I mean, just self-evaluate yourself. You know where you are stuck there. Like that.
Sir, can you show the practice assignment 2 of week 5?
You want me to explain? Yeah, I'll share screen directly. Okay, this one, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to explain solution, right?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I'll go through the problem statement. Okay. 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 There is a multiple investors there. For each investor, there is a file which is located in the directory data, and the file name was in the format first name underscore last name. So whenever we want to do any data analytics or like that, right? We never reveal any information about anyone. So what we do is we'll create a hash key for them. I mean, a unique key for that person. They'll be sharing only that things only. So the same thing is happening. So there is a hashed file. So it have the then we got the result, the file name result. So, and we have to map the hash key along with the whatever value we have, and we have to get the most sum of the all the investment amounts. Okay. The problem statement is clear, right? Any doubt here? Okay. If you look into here, it will be very
No, sir, it's clear.
yeah. We have a directory name data. Map means it is a map file used to map the user and the corresponding key, and result is the result. It have contains some keys. That's it. What I'm doing here, first of all, I'm going through all the result. Here I haven't used the double quotes intentionally because I'm there is sure I'm sure in the result, right? There is no spaces within the lines. So I intentionally I haven't used the double quotes. So even if I use it, no issues, it will not change. So I'm going through all the files line by line. The first, so I contains the key. Okay. Then I am reading the map, file map. It contains two columns. Two columns in the sense, first of all the key, I mean the hash file. Then the where the file the location of the investor. So here it is a syntax to read two files which is separated by a space of tab. Okay. So I'm reading hash means the first field, second field. So then here I'm using a while loop, so I'm giving the map file a significant. If the first, I mean the I, which is the key, I mean the hash, which is mapping, I'm going through the file one by one, which is matching with the hash. Then I am incrementing the sum. How I am getting the sum is I'm grepping through the file with the name. I know investment is there from here. So I want this value. So if I give the grep investment, then the file name, because name is the file name. So it will give the entire line. It will give the entire line. Now I have to get only the this value, the second part without the dollar symbol. So I want to get the number. So what I am doing is I'm using a replacement. I'm replacing the investment space dollar with none. So it will remove it. Then I get only the number. I am summing it up.
So for replacement, what you're doing?
In replacement, right? INV is the variable. I have this. Okay. The variable contains whatever the highlight text I have, right? So I am replacing this part. Investment space dollar. So I am replacing with a null. I mean null no string. So the remaining part is the only number. So this is how I am getting that number. Or else the other ways also there. You can use the cut command to cut the first part and take the second part. Then to remove the dollar symbol, you can again use the cut and take the second part. That also. Or else even if you want only the number, right? You can use the regular expression with the hyphen O. You have to put a pipe, then again do a graph with a pipe O, match only with the digits, then you'll get only the digits. Okay, I'll show you. I'll execute the things how we can do in alternate ways. Just a minute. Everyone was able to see the terminal and the browser, right?
Yes, sir. You can see.
So here I have the file. Okay. Actually, it's a different. Here I have all the files in this folder in master. So you can see I have a data folder and map file and this. We got the investment, right? Now I want only the number. So how I can do that is I can use the cut, the delimiter is space, and get the first value first. So sorry, get the second value. Okay, now I have to remove the dollar as well. So now I can use the delimiter as a dollar. I'm using a single quote, so I don't need to escape it. And get the second, yeah, second field. So this is how I got the number. So another way is,
Yes,
yeah.
Sir, why have you put in the line number 2 after data you put backslash star? Can't we put just data only, sir, without following with those tools?
I don't think it will work. I think no. It
What
has
does
to.
okay? Why we have to put that? Sir? What's the meaning of that?
Okay. First of all, I'll explain it here. Okay. You know echo star, right?
yes, sir.
Echo
Yeah,
star
contents.
means, yeah, it will list all the files and directory within the current directory. Okay. Instead of, you can give the absolute path as well. If you give absolute path like a slash star, it will list out all the files and directory. The star will match with any files and directory. So here I printed out all the files and directory in the root folder. The same way, then I can give the star. Star will match with everything. If I simply give data, it is a directory. It doesn't have any information. It will throw an error. Okay, yeah, here it is simply printing it. It is not expanding it out. So if I print star, it will print all the files.
Okay, the contents of data, so whatever
Yes,
is it.
exactly. Yeah.
No, the contents of data and along with that data.
Yes. I mean,
Data's
the way
forward
I
slash.
define.
Yeah.
I'll
Forward.
just take dot star. It will give us. I mean, the thing is, the star will expand to all the files within the directory. Okay. So the way which I gave right here,
If you want only the contents starting from Billy Baron, what do you have to do, sir?
Then I have to cd into the folder.
Yeah.
Because I haven't went into the
CD2.
folder, right?
Okay,
That's why it is giving me.
Yes.
Then if I put echo star, it will, because
Yeah.
here if I cd into the data folder, then I don't need to put a data star like that.
Okay.
You see the replacement type in the tab and the cut type, also the using the graph itself. That -o will print only the matches. Okay, it will not print the whole name, only the strings which have matched with the pattern. So I'm using egraph to use the plus. It's also string.
So what does plus mean, sir?
Plus is a quantifier, which means either one or more.
Digits in one line. So if you, for instance, the first line 16,319, there are more than one digit. So plus.
Yes.
If it is only if every digit is single digit, that is redundant. That plus is not.
Not needed. Even of course, you know, sure it's only one, right? Then you can simply this thing is enough. It means simply one character.
Okay, sir.
One digit. I mean, the outer bracket will inside a collection which contains only the digit. You can insert other things as well. It is also possible. So it will print without, because I'm matching with the only one digit, so it's printing each and every character separately.
Okay, sir.
You got it, right?
Yeah, it prints everything like the previous words in individual lines, each letter in previous word and all, and also the digits
Yeah.
it will print.
Yeah, just a minute, 1 minute. Yeah. You are clear with it, right? What I have done here.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The same other way which we did is I did the same. I got the line. Now I have to do the replacement.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Here in your screen, we can see that you are using VI, right?
Yes.
So here it shows which mode you are in, like normal, insert, or something else. In my one, it doesn't show. Is there anything special you have done for it to
Yes.
show up?
Yeah, I installed multiple plugins to my Vim. It's not to the VI. I'm using the Vim, okay, the improved version, and I can insert multiple plugins. After this one, I'll show you.
All right, sir. All right, thanks.
Here we are replacing the investment space topic with none. Okay, things are clear, right? How we got it. Okay. Also use this part. I mean, giving us an input. It is a very elegant feature which Bash has and many shell have. So use a while loop to read an input and give the value here. The alternate way is you can use always use for with the cat. Here in this case, if you are reading with the lines having spaces, always use the double quotes. Okay.
Sir, in line number 7, you're doing that replacement into INV.
Yes, yes. What I
so
did.
so the first until dollar symbol you're removing. You're removing and you're replacing only those numbers into the variable INV.
I am not okay. Actually, I'm okay.
Replacing only those numbers. The previous ones are all.
I'm not replacing numbers. Actually, the operation which I am doing is I am taking this part. Okay.
Yes,
I am replacing with a null character. So this part will be the same. It won't affect that part.
So that is a syntax. So from where is that replacing INV with null character? What is which part of that statement is the syntax?
Okay. After the first, okay. This is the syntax. Okay. First of all, give the variable name.
Yes.
Within the parenthesis. After give a slash. Slash means it means you are replacing.
Okay.
If it's
one single slash,
it means you are replacing only one time. I mean, here in this case, I'm the two slashes redundant. But if you want to replace in the variable 2 or more times, right? You have to use the 2 slash. It means replace all the occurrences.
Since there are more lines of multiple lines here, so you're putting double slash.
Yes. Okay. This is the pattern I need to find. Okay. So after the slash, you are giving whatever the number you want to replace it. In this case, something like this.
Yes, I got it.
Yeah. I didn't put anything here. It means, I mean, I'm simply replacing it. No character. In the way I am deleting that. That's what I can say.
Okay.
Also use this matching patterns as well. I mean,
So if you put one, now that multiple lines are there, you are saying that either single forward slash also will do the same job.
yeah,
you're
same. No,
But,
no, it's a redundant here.
it's redundant. Okay.
Yes, it's redundant only. Also, the things you have to notice, you are doing a replacement in a variable which will not affect. I mean, which will not alter the variable. Okay. So if I INV, it's still the same. It will not alter the. It is totally immutable.
It's a copy, another copy of it. There only this.
Yeah, kind of. We can.
Okay, it's keeping. The original one will be retained.
Yeah. So if I want to replace with the original one, then I have to reassign it.
Okay.
Yeah, then the original is replaced.
Okay, sir.
Yes, you'll be having. I think you'll be getting a formal announcement for mark. I think most probably you'll be having a mark.
Having?
Yeah, you'll be having a mark for OPP.
Yes. Okay. Thanks.
I don't think you'll be having a mark for this two. I'm not sure. Okay. But OPP will be having a mark. It will be just like a assignment.
Yes, that would be great, sir. Thanks.
Okay. You asked about the plugins, right?
Yes, sir. So speaking of Vim specifically, do we have to install it? Because I tried Vim.
I mean, some distribution comes with Vim. I don't remember whether the Ubuntu is coming with Vim or not.
So a sudo apt install Vim should work, right?
Yes. While installing, right? Install the Vim GTK version.
Okay, so GTK is the theme, is it?
Yeah, actually the Vim GTK3, right? Okay. The thing is, if you want to copy between the plus register, that will store your copied state into your system registry. I don't want to confuse with anyone. If you copy in Vim, you can copy with Y. Okay, yank. Double Y means copy the line. Okay.
Okay.
If I opened another editor, if I try to paste it, right, it will not paste. It will not paste the same character.
Okay.
It will not paste the same. I copied here, yes, but it's pasting something different because that is what I copied before. Copy here. Okay. Control V, it is pasting the same. After that, I copied here using the Y yank. Still, it is pasting the same. The reason is the value generally we copy, right? It is stored in some place. Okay. That is retrieved when we press the Control V. That is different for Vim and for the regularly we using, right? Simple copy pasting. We call it like a X window here in Linux. That is different. So how do we get that? Is select it and give the double quote. I mean, then plus Y. Then if I paste it, it will come here. The
after selection, what do you have to do?
Okay, the combination is double quote plus y in Vim.
Oh, okay.
After the selection, you have to do this. This feature will only work when you use the Vim GTK version. Vim GTK 3, I remember correctly.
Okay.
Okay.
So is it? It's not like this feature is not present in VI also.
I don't think so. It is not present, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Or else you have to use the simply copy, right? Command line copy.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That you have to. But if it's a multiple line, it will be a trouble. I mean, it will come on a different line. Even in a word wrapped kind of thing, that will come on a different line. So that will be trouble. So better install this one. That will be very much useful for you.
Got it, sir. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Also, how do you verify it? Yeah. How do you verify that you have the access to the system clipboard, right? During this method, you have an option called clipboard. Yeah, plus clipboard. It means I have the feature is enabled. I have that feature. The double quote plus y will work. If you are type on VI, then give version. If you have minus clipboard, it will not work. Then you have to install the WinGTK.
Okay. Okay. How did you get that thing?
This model, these things, right?
No, sir. The clipboard, it was saying somewhere.
Vim version. Vim double hyphen version.
Okay. Okay.
These are the plugins I'm using. So just it is for my need only. The things called Unary, which is like a file explorer. Autopass is just to find the that brackets, right? Kind of thing. It's a these are multiple plugins you can use it in Vim. So try it on. The model line which I'm getting is I think this one, I believe I forgot. Yes, you can try it on getting some plugins and how to use that. You can use the Vim plug. You can find the GitHub repository and how to do that as well.
Okay.
I mean, these
okay.
are totally off the syllabus. Okay, if you
Yes,
want
sir,
to
yes.
customize your editor, this will be really helpful for you.
Sir, so I have one question here. I tried Vim version, whatever you did just now.
Okay.
If I do Vim version, it says command Vim not found, but can be installed with. There's a list of commands. And
okay, it means Vim is not in your system, not installed in your system. Simply
yeah.
VI is there.
So here in the list also it states that sudo apt install vim gtk3. It's one of the available packages. But if I do vi double hyphen version, it says vim vi improved, and then it's like list all the plugins that are currently there. So I'm confused. If I do vim version, it says it's not there, but I do vi version, it says it's there.
Okay, actually when you install the Vim, right, it will make vi as a alias for Vim.
Oh, okay.
If you click, if you execute Vim, right, if it get into that, then it automatically said you are installed Vim. You will always come with the start page. Vim vi improve.
Sir, can you do vi version in your PC?
Actually, if I give vi, it will give me Vim only.
No, just vi then double hyphen version. And maybe scroll up. So is this the top of the page?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Can you go to what just shows up right after VI improved? Like in the very top. Yeah. So after you type vim vi double hyphen version, whatever showed up there, vi vim improved 8.2.
Yes.
It is exactly what shows up in my one as well, even though I don't have vim.
Maybe it comes. I'm not sure. Sometimes many distributions have been defaultly come with it.
Okay.
So here is it's mentioned, right? Feature included plus or not. These are the features we have. Even I don't know what are the things I mean means for my what are the features are.
Your one, it says huge version with GTK3 GUI,
Yes.
and in my one it says small version without GUI. So yeah,
Okay.
there are differences.
Yeah. Actually, the thing is when you install a Vim, right? There is a called gvim. It will give you a. It is a totally. It is not a command prompt. It is totally a GUI version of Vim.
Okay.
It is not
Nice.
a command prompt. It is just like a notepad or anything. It's a totally GUI. Yeah. That is called a gvim. If you install the gvim, right, it will totally work. Then you need the system keyboard, all those things.
Yes, sir. Got it. Thanks, sir. Thanks for this.
Sir, then in this GVim and all, we can copy paste from the practice assignment solutions which you have provided for the programming assignments in practice or GPA. Can we cut and paste and see whether it's running here, the results?
Okay.
For checking the results, it's of no use, no, sir. This particular environment of those PPA, GPA solution codes which you have given. No,
Okay.
there also I know there also you can run. I'm just asking in case
How to
you
copy
want to
paste?
run some code, you can copy paste the entire code. Like in Linux command prompt, you can't do that. So you can copy paste and put in this.
Yeah. Whatever you do on the command prompt, right, you can do more in the GUI version. But for the simplicity, we generally use the command prompt only.
Yeah. Because
If you
we
tried
need to know.
Emacs, right?
We need to
Like,
know the command prompt well. That's what is the.
Yes. When you use the Emacs, right? Emacs have the command prompt version, also the GUI version. Even everyone uses the GUI version now. I mean, unless you deal with the command line interface, right? If you are doing some editing or like that projectly, if you are working on project, on that case, command prompt is some. You don't need that because you can execute almost all the command here itself. If you give the that bank symbol, right? After that, you can execute a command. Next command here. So I'm in my current working path is /home/Krishna.
The command prompt is the most difficult thing one can try to know, because GUI, I think everybody have an exposure, so you'll have an edge. For that only that you've been taught about this command prompt.
Yeah, actually the main plus side of the GUI is you can have different font size. Okay, I mean just like a HTML or like that, but within the command prompt you cannot have it. Every font should be in the same length and same font size. That's the only thing. When you come to GUI, you have more flexibility. I mean, the interface is totally different. The GUI is mainly for the user. Okay? If you want to do something fast, command line is the best choice. Pick an editor like Emacs or VI. Then, I mean, get around with the shortcuts you have. I mean, that have. Then it will improve your speed really fast. You can do things really fast.
Yes, sir.
Is this Ubuntu 20.04 or?
It's 22.04.
Okay. I also installed 22.04, but you have.
I mean, apart from that, you cannot. You don't see much difference in the part we are doing, right? Only the UI part will differ a little bit. Also, I'm using a team, another package called Tmax. It means terminal multiplexer. That is how I am using the two terminal. I mean, I can separate out the terminal here.
Yeah, I was wondering how you do that. I thought it has some special VI plugin or something.
Oh no, it's not a way. I mean, this part, right, the left side part, it is totally a different command prompt. This is the totally different command.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did some mapping in the VA to do this, but it is a totally terminal multiplexer. Here in the bottom you can see this, right? These are like a different window or like that. So I don't.
Yeah, maybe you should record a small tutorial on how you did all this, because your desktop looks very different, looks more interesting than what we see on our ones.
I mean, don't worry about that. I mean, once you know these things, right, you can do all things. I mean, these are totally off syllabus. Okay, the things which I use are mostly Vim and the Tmax. These are for my productivity. I can do things. I needed 2 or 3 terminals at the time. I need to see multiple things. So what I do is I use the Tmax. I mean, just search for it, download it, and use it. That's it.
Off syllabus, but definitely cool. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I mean, you can explore a lot of things here. I mean, at least you can see show multiple person that you can install some of this. These are very cool things. I mean, it is not anywhere relevant to learning or anything, but you can show someone like multiple things. At least just a relaxation for you, which involves something like a C matrix. It will show like a matrix kind of text. But the thing is how they implemented it. Just go and look into the GitHub, and it is totally a C code. And these kind of things look cool, and it will give you more enthusiasm and interest to learn the things how it is done. These kind of things are there. Just explore multiple GitHub repository and learn and read the README, and they almost everyone say how to install the package. Mostly, if it's a famous package, right, you can install with the directly app, or else you have to download it. Because sometimes you can directly execute it, or else simply sometimes you can use to make install. If you are really interested in customization, Linux is a very best choice. You can do all sort of things. You can customize all the things. I mean, you can put up any text here. You can update it as per the say, or like if you get an email, you can write your own script, and your email pops up in the top line. All those things you can do. Your imagination is the limit. Sure. I mean, all the things you are doing in Linux it's relatively easier than other operating systems. That's what I mean. You can do all the things in all the operating systems, but it's relatively easier in Linux. Just explore these things. I mean, it is really productive for you as well. How I did this sending the things across. Right? I'm using a package called Slime. Okay, here it's called Vim Slime. This is the GitHub repository. Okay, this is the repository author name and the repository name. You can go there and how to use it. All those things you can find it there. You need a Tmax and you need a Vim to do all these things, and you can map all those things also. This is the command which what it does is this will send my file names across this one to this command. I mean to this terminal. That's all. I mean, if you simply execute a file, right? Simply specified a file, it means execution. That's what I'm doing.
So this is what Slime Send does. I was seeing that word pop up frequently. I was wondering what it was doing.
Yeah, it is simply sends the text across another terminal.
Right,
plus multiple interfaces. Here I am using Tmax. I'm using. I mean, go through some repository and read multiple things. Implement your multiple things. I mean, that's how you will learn more. I mean, that
Yes, sir.
will, if you spend 1 hour on the customization, right? At least you feel some satisfied after doing things. At least you feel energized.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for showing this, sir.
Yeah. Also explore the, I mean, see, if you want to see multiple, you have multiple YouTube videos and multiple GitHub repository only for WimRC. It is the file which I am storing. It is in your home folder. It is .vimrc.
Yes, sir. It's a
Here
hidden
is where,
file.
yeah, it's a hidden file. Just you have to edit all those things. For Vim, with respect to Vim, you have to do this. I mean,
So,
if you are an Emacs fan, the similar things can be done in Emacs session. Actually, I'm not a big Emacs fan. I'm a Vim fan, so I haven't much explored in the Emacs. Particularly, I haven't used much Emacs.
sir, so what happens if something goes wrong while we're trying to edit it? Just if we keep a copy of it and replace the
I mean,
edited one.
yeah, always make a backup of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. Like, make a backup of it and do all those things. Always, you can get the WimRC from others as well. You can type a WimRC in GitHub or a search anywhere, right? You can get others in WimRC and use all those customizations. Just download it and just follow the instruction. It will work.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, sir. No questions at the moment. Thanks for the session.
Okay. If there is no questions, you can wind up the session. Others? Okay. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Bye.